Good morning, all of you. I am Mahendra Seni, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacy, Suresh Gyan Vihar University. Today I will discuss about the topic is tuberculosis and subject is pathophysiology. First of all, discuss about the learning objectives of this topic. Learning objectives of this topic based on the content in this chapter, the reader should be able to like definition of tuberculosis and in which discuss the definition of tuberculosis, sign and symptoms of tuberculosis, and next one is epidemiology of tuberculosis and etiology of tuberculosis, types of tuberculosis, and risk factors of tuberculosis and mode of transmission of tuberculosis and pathophysiology of tuberculosis, and next one is diagnostic test of tuberculosis, and last one learning objective is management of tuberculosis, how to manage tuberculosis. These are the learning objectives of this topic. Next one, discuss the learning outcomes of this topic. By the end of the lecture, by the end of the lecture, the student should be able to understand, like, first of all, definition of tuberculosis means what is tuberculosis and sign and symptoms of tuberculosis. Man. Next one is epidemiology of tuberculosis and etiology of tuberculosis and types of tuberculosis means how many types of tuberculosis and risk factors of tuberculosis. What are the risks for the tuberculosis and mode of transmission of tuberculosis? How many types of mode of transmission for the tuberculosis and pathophysiology of tuberculosis? How to develop tuberculosis in our body? And next one is diagnostic test of tuberculosis. After causing tuberculosis, how to diagnose tuberculosis means diagnostic test. And last one is management of tuberculosis. After causing the tuberculosis, how to manage and how to prevent tuberculosis. These are the learning outcomes of this topic. Next one. First of all, discuss the definition of tuberculosis. First of all, discuss the definition of tuberculosis. What is tuberculosis? Tuberculosis is a communicable chronic granulomatous disease. Tuberculosis is a communicable chronic granulomatous disease and caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. For the responsible causing tuberculosis is Mycobacterium tuberculosis bacteria, and tuberculosis is communicable chronic granulomatous disease. Communicable chronic granulomatous disease is a genetic disorder. Chronic communicable chronic granulomatous disease is a genetic disorder in which white blood cells called phagocytes are unable to kill certain types of bacteria and fungi. Next one, it's usually involve the lungs. It's usually involve the lungs, but may affect any organ or tissues in the body. Tuberculosis is usually involved in the lungs, but many affect any organs or tissues in the body. And typically, the center of tuberculosis, granulomas undergoes causes necrosis. Communicable means communicable is a capable of being transmitted from person to person, animal to animal, and animal to human or human to animal. Transmissible other word from communicable means communicable. And next one is tubercular granulomas. Tubercular Granulomas is the formation of an organized structure called granulomas and causes necrosis. Caseous necrosis is a unique form of the cell death in which the tissue maintain a cheese-like appearance. It is also a distinction from a coagulative necrosis. Next one, sign and symptoms of sign and symptoms of tuberculosis. Sign and symptoms of tuberculosis. First of all, cough for 3 weeks, cough for 3 weeks or more, productive cough. Cough for 3 weeks or more, productive cough. Septum usually septum usually mucopurulent, mucopurulents and hemo, hemoptysis. Hemoptysis is a small amount of blood mixed with septum to brought up by a forceful cough. And next one is fever with night sweats and wet loss, tiredness, weight loss, and anorexia. Anorexia means loss of appetite. And next one is malacia. Malacia, a general feeling is discomfort, illness, or uneasiness whose exact cause are difficult to identify. Next one, epidemiology of tuberculosis. Epidemiology of tuberculosis in, in spite of great advance in chemotherapy and immunology, tuberculosis still continues to be worldwide in distribution and more common in poor countries of Africa, Latin America, and Asia, and other factors contributing the higher incidence of tuberculosis are malnutrition and inadequate medical care, poverty, and crowding, and chronic disability conditions like uncontrolled disease and alcoholism and immunocompromised states like acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Poverty means poverty is a state or condition. Poverty is a state or condition in which a person or community lacks the financial resource and essential for a minimum standards of living. And poverty means that the income level from employment is so low that basic human needs can't meet. Next one is etiology. Etiology of tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is caused by the tubercle bacilli. Tubercle bacilli, which belongs to the genus Mycobacterium and Mycobacterium species included, in which tuberculosis Mycobacterium species are includes and Mycobacterium tuberculosis complex like Mycobacterium tuberculosis complex and Mycobacteria other than tuberculosis. Mycobacterium tuberculosis complex means Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Mycobacterium bovis, and Mycobacterium africanum. And second one is Mycobacteria other than tuberculosis. Around 15 are recognized as pathogenic to humans and some cause pulmonary disease resembling tuberculosis. And they have they have been found in soil, milk, and water. They are also referred to as atypical mycobacteria. They are also referred to as atypical mycobacteria and Mycobacterium leprae cause of leprosy. Next one, types of tuberculosis. types of tuberculosis. First one type is pulmonary tuberculosis. First one is pulmonary tuberculosis, in which pulmonary tuberculosis it's mainly involved in lungs and pleura. 85% of all TB cases, it is sign classified into first one pulmonary tuberculosis is primary tuberculosis, and second one pulmonary tuberculosis is secondary tuberculosis, and next one is extra pulmonary tuberculosis. Second one type is extra pulmonary tuberculosis, and first one is pulmonary tuberculosis. It's classified into first one is lymph node tuberculosis. Lymph node tuberculosis, also known as peripheral tuberculosis. Lymph node tuberculosis, also known as peripheral tuberculosis, and genitourinary tuberculosis, skeletal tuberculosis, meningeal tuberculosis, and gastrointestinal tuberculosis, disseminated biliary tuberculosis, and pericardial tuberculosis. Pericardial tuberculosis. These are the types of tuberculosis in which extrapulmonary tuberculosis, in which Malarians tuberculosis. Malarians is caused by airborne bacteria. Biliary tuberculosis. Biliary tuberculosis caused by airborne bacteria, and biliary tuberculosis is a potentially life-threatening types of tuberculosis that occurs when a large number of the bacteria travel through the bloodstream and spread throughout a body. Next one, types of pulmonary tuberculosis. Types of pulmonary tuberculosis. Pulmonary tuberculosis are two types. First one is primary tuberculosis, and second one is secondary tuberculosis. Lungs are the main organ. Lungs are the main organ affect in tuberculosis. The infection with tubercle bacilli is of two main types. First one is primary tuberculosis, and second one is secondary tuberculosis. First one, primary tuberculosis. The infection of an individual who has not been previously infected or immunized is called primary tuberculosis or gone complex or childhood tuberculosis. Primary tuberculosis are infected in immunized are called primary tuberculosis or gone complex and childhood tuberculosis. Gone complex is a non-pathogenic radiographic finding on a chest X-ray that's significant for pulmonary infections of tuberculosis. And next one is childhood tuberculosis. Next one is childhood tuberculosis is childhood tuberculosis is a preventable and curable infection disease that remain overlooked by public health authorities and health policies makes and tuberculosis control programs. And next, primary complex or gone complex is the lesion produced at the portal of entry with foci in the draining lymphatic vessels and lymph nodes. And the most common involved tissues for primary complex are lungs and hilliard lymph nodes. The incidence of disseminated form of progressive primary tuberculosis is particularly high in immunocompromised hosts. Immunocompromised hosts. Next one, secondary tuberculosis, in which secondary tuberculosis, the infection of an individual who has been previously infected or sensitized is called secondary or post-primary or infections of chronic tuberculosis. The infection may be acquired from. The infection may be acquired from. Acquired means by or obtained for oneself. By or obtained for oneself. Next one is endogenous source. Endogenous source such as reactivation of dormant primary complex. Endogenous source such as reactivation of dormant primary complex. Endogenous means having an internal cause or origin, and exogenous source such as fresh dose of reinfections by tubercle bacilli. And endogenous means having on external cause or origin. Next one, risk factors of tuberculosis. What are the risk factors for tuberculosis? The following are some of the risk factors of tuberculosis. First one is low socio-economic status. First one is low socio-economic status and crowd living conditions and disease that weakens immune systems like human HIV virus, human immunosuppressive virus, and person of immunosuppressants like steroids, healthcare workers. And next one is migration from a country with high number of cases and alcoholism and recent tubercular infections within last 2 years. That are the risk factors for tuberculosis. That are the risk factors for tuberculosis. Next one, mode of transmission. Mode of transmission of tuberculosis. Mode of transmission of tuberculosis, like human being acquired infections with tubercle bacilli by one of the following routes. First one is inhaler. First one mode of transmission is inhalation, and second one is ingestion, and third one is inoculation of tissue, and last one is transplacental route. Next one is transplacental route. Inhalation is the root of gaseous route, and next one is ingestion. Ingestion, the process of taking food. Ingestion, the process of taking food, drink, or other substance into the body by swallowing or absorbing. And the next one is inoculation of tissue. Inoculation, the sterilized explants. The sterilized explants carefully transferred to the host test tube or suitable containers and put on the culture medium with the help of sterilized forceps. This is known inoculation of explants. Next one is transplacental route. Next one is transplacental route. Transplantation route is passing through or occurring by way of the placenta. And this is diagram show the droplet from a cup of sneeze by an infected persons, and Mycobacterium tuberculosis cause tuberculosis in lungs. Next one, pathophysiology of tuberculosis. What is the pathophysiology of tuberculosis? The sequence of events. The sequence of events from inhalation of the infectious inoculum to con containment of primary focus can be stated or following. First one is primary pulmonary tuberculosis. Primary pulmonary tuberculosis caused between the 0 to 3 weeks, and the virulent strains. The virulent strains of Mycobacteria can entry into the macrophage endosomes, and the organism are able to inhibit normal microcidal response by manipulations of endosomal pH and arrest of endosomal mutations. And the End result of the endosomal manipulations. Endosomal pH range is 6.5 to 4.5 and is impairment of effective phagolysosome formation and unhindered mycobacterial proliferation. Proliferation is to grow by rapid production of new part cells found or of offspring. And next one is bacillary proliferation. Bacillary proliferation mycolates and Mycobacterium tuberculosis modulates their flow and cholesterol for bacillary proliferation in urine macrophages. And next one is the earliest phase of primary tuberculosis, less than 3 weeks in the non-sensitized individual, is characterized by bacillary proliferation. Bacillary proliferation with the pulmonary alveolar macrophage and air space, with resulting bacteriema and sending of multiple sites, and most persons at this stage are asymptomatic or have a mild flu-like illness. Next one. This is the primary pulmonary tuberculosis between 0 to 3 weeks, in which primary pulmonary tuberculosis macrophage mannose receptors are receptors and mannose cap glycolipids are bind to the macrophage mannose receptors and then cause endosomal manipulations and maturation arrests, lack of ACTH and infective phagocytosomes formations. And after mannose cap glycosides attached with macrophage mannose receptors and NRMPN polymorphism. NRMPM first NRAMP1 is natural resistant associated macrophage protein first, and NRAMP1 polymorphism is many have a role in the development of culture positive pulmonary tuberculosis after an initial macrophage. And unchecked bacillary proliferation. Unchecked bacillary proliferation cause bacteriema with sending of multiple sites. Bacteriema is the presence of viable bacteria in a circulation blood, and unchecked bacillary growth many leads to hematogenous spreads of bacilli to produce disseminated tuberculosis. Next one, primary pulmonary tuberculosis. Primary pulmonary tuberculosis after then 3 weeks, the development of cell-mediated immunity. The development of cell-mediated immunity occurs approximately 3 weeks after exposure. The primary pulmonary tuberculosis occurs approximately after the exposure of 3 weeks and proceed mycobacterial antigens reach the draining and are presented in a measure histocompatibility class first and contact ended dendritic cells macrophage to CD4 T cells and cells under the influence of macrophage secreted interleukin 12 and cluster of differentiation for T cells of the from the T helper first subsets are generated and capable of screening interferon gamma. Next one, interferon gamma released by the cluster differentiation for T cells of the T helper cells and subsets is crucial in activating macrophage and activated macrophage is turned and release a variety of mediators with important downstream effects including secretion of tumor necrosis factor and then expression of inducible nitric oxide synthesis genes, and next generation of reactive oxygen species. Reactive oxygen species are highly reactive chemical molecules formed due to the electron respectively of O2. And next one, defect in any of the steps. Defect in any of the steps of a T helper cells response including interleukin 12 and interferon gamma and tumor necrosis factors of nitric oxide productions result in poorly formed granulomas and absence of resistant and disease progressions. Next one, the primary pulmonary tuberculosis more than 3 weeks, greater than 3 weeks, and alveolar macrophage transfer in T cells by the interleukin 12 and class first MAH. MAH class second molecules are class of major histocompatibility complex and molecules normally found only at professionally antigen and presenting cells such as pancreas cells and monomuscular phagocytes, some endothelial cells. And next one is tuberculin positively cause hypersensitivity and interferon gamma is responsible for the activated macrophage and bacterial activity immunity blocked by the nitric oxide and free radicals and monocytes recruitments and osseous necrosis and sensitized T cells and epithelioids granuloma cause hypersensitivity. Next one, diagnostic test diagnostic test of tuberculosis. The following are some of the tests used in the diagnosis of tuberculosis. The following are some of the tests used in the diagnosis of tuberculosis. First one diagnostic test is Mantox 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 test tuberculin sensitivity test. Contact test is also known as tuberculin sensitivity test. And next one is acid fast bacilli test and mycobacterial culture and polymerase chain reaction test. And last one diagnostic test is radiographic procedure. First one is Montex test. Montex test is a tool for sunscreen tools for screening for tuberculosis and for tuberculosis diagnosis. Next one is acid fast bacilli. Acid fast bacilli, in this test your sample is smeared on glass slide and looked at. Next one is mycobacterial culture. Mycobacterial culture. Mycobacterial culture is a test to look for the bacteria that cause tuberculosis and other infections caused by similar bacteria. And next one test is polymerase chain reaction test. Polymerase chain reaction test is one of the tests that helps to diagnosis and confirm an infection of tuberculosis. And last one diagnostic test is radiographic procedure on X-ray beams is passed through the body. Next one, clinical features of tuberculosis. Clinical features of tuberculosis. Referable to lungs. Referable to lungs such as productive cough, maybe with hemoptysis, pleural effusions, dyspnea, orthopnea, etc. Hematopsis is a small amount of blood mixed with septum brought up by forceful cough, and pleural effusion, a build-up of fluid between the tissues that line the lungs and chest. And next one is orthopnea. Dyspnea means discomfort in abdominal cavity. And next one is orthopnea. Orthopnea means discomforts when breathing while lying down flat and common in people with some types of heart and lungs conditions. And chest X-ray shows typical apical changes like pleural effusions, nodularity, and malar and diffusion influencing lungs parenchyma. Nodularity of a gastric mucosa is the second sign of acute and subacute gastritis. And next one is biliary. Biliary is a form of tuberculosis. Next one is second one feature, clinical feature of tuberculosis is systemic features, in which systemic features such as fever, night sweats, fatigue, loss of weight and appetites, long-standing and untreated cases of tuberculosis may develop systemic secondary amyloidosis. Amyloidosis, the build-up of amyloid protein in the heart, kidney, and liver and organs. Causes of death is primary tuberculosis are usually pulmonary insufficiency, pulmonary hemorrhage, and sepsis due to disseminated biliary tuberculosis, and for pulmonary and secondary amyloidosis. Amyloidosis, the buildup of amyloid protein in the heart, kidney, liver, and other organs. That are the clinical features for tuberculosis. Next one is management of tuberculosis. Next one is management of tuberculosis. First of all, in treating tuberculosis, a number of factors are important. During the management of tuberculosis, the number of factors are important like choice of drugs and length of treatments and comorbidity, especially HIV infections, liver and renal disease, and adherence to treatment by the patients. First of all, drug treatments. Treatment with anti-TB drugs has two main purposes. Anti-TB drugs has two main purposes. First one, to cure people with TB and provide the basically are drug sensitive. And next one purpose is to control TB and by either preventing the development of infectious forms of reducing the period of infectivity of people with infectious disease. Next one, first line drugs are first line drugs used in the treatment of tuberculosis. First one is isoniazid, and second one is rifampicin, and third one drug is pyrazinamide, and fourth one drug is ethambutol, and fifth one drug is streptomycin. These drugs are used for first line drugs, the drug of choice for tuberculosis treatment. Next one, second line drugs. Second line drugs. First one thionamide, and second one drug is cycloserine, and third one drug is para-amino salicylic acid, and fourth one drug is rifabutin and rifampicin, and fifth one drug is fluoroquinolones like ciprofloxacin, levofloxacin, and moxifloxacin, ofloxacin. Their drugs are under the category of fluoroquinolones are used in the treatment of tuberculosis. And injectable drugs like capromycin, kanamycin, amikacin, that are injectable drugs are used in the treatment of tuberculosis. And newer drugs are used in the treatment of tuberculosis like bedaquiline and paratomanate. That drugs are used as a second line drugs in the treatment of tuberculosis. Next one, consider second line drugs if resistant. Consider second line drugs if resistant to first line agents and failure of clinical response to conventional therapy and serious treatments limiting to ADR, adverse drug reactions, and experts guidance available for toxic effects by the first line drugs, then use the and consider the second line drugs for the treatment of tuberculosis. Next one, treatment regimen. The recommended standards regimen for respiratory and most other forms of tuberculosis in United Kingdom is like rifampicin, isoniazid, pyrazinamide, and ethambutol for the initial 2 months and initial phase. During the initial phase, are drug used in the treatment of tuberculosis like rifampicin, isoniazides, pyrazinamide, and ethambutol for the initial 2 months. And the next one is a further 4 months of rifampicin and isoniazides for the continuous phase. Further 4 months of rifampicin and isoniazide. Next one is initiation phase and continuous phase. Difference between initiation phase and continuous phase. The initial phase is 2 to 3 months and continuous phase is 4 to 6 months. And 4 to 5 drugs during the initiation phase and 2 drugs are used during the continuous phase. And next one is rapidly kills bacilli and eliminate remitting bacilli in continuous phase, and isoniazide, rifampicin, ethambutol, and paraginamides are used during the initiation phase, and prevent relapse, isoniazide plus pyridoxines, rifampicins, they drugs are used in the treatment of continuous phase. Next one is directly observed therapy. DOTS treatments means directly observed therapy, in which dots where the patient is observed taking their anti-tuberculosis medicines by a healthcare professionals, but it is not needed for more cases of acute tuberculosis. A risk of assessment for treatment adherence should be undertaken in all patients, and dot regimen considers where no adherence to treatments might be a problem. Example, in street or shelter traveling homeless people with acute tuberculosis and a patients with a history of non-adherence, individual with chronic alcohol or other social problems. And advantages of DOTS therapy: high cure rates and decreased drug resistance and adverse drug reactions can be monitored during the directly observed therapy. Next one is references for the tuberculosis topic. Textbook of pathophysiology by Harsh Mohan and clinical pharmacy and therapeutic Roger and Walker Churchill Livingstone publication. And next one reference is pharmacotherapy, a pathophysiological approaches, Jepsep's Pro, and next one reference Perker textbook of preventive and social medicines, 18th edition, Bernard's Bernard's 368 to 381. And next last one reference is Sync Symbats for Engine Community Health Nursing, first edition, Lotus Publishers, page number 5225. That are the references for the tuberculosis chapter. Next one is multiple choice questions for the tuberculosis topic. First one question, how do you get TB? How do you get TB? Option A is through the hair. Option B, through sexual contact. Option C, through contaminated food. And option D, through blood. And option E, A and C. The right answer is A. Through the air, get TB. Next one question. Who is at risk of developing tuberculosis in the countries? Option A is people taking certain medicines. Option B, migrant farm workers. And option C, people with HIV. And option D, all of the above. The right answer is D, all of the above. People taking certain medicines and migrant farm workers and people with HIV at risk of developing tuberculosis. Next one question. What makes TB hard to diagnose? Option A is symptoms aren't always obvious. Option B, symptoms come and go. And option C, the disease may take years to become active. And option D, A and B. The right answer is C. The disease may take years to become active. So make TB hard to diagnose. Next one question. What are the symptoms of active TB? Option A is weight loss. Option B, night sweats. And option C is loss of appetite. And option D, all of the above. Weight loss, night sweats, and loss of appetite. That are the symptoms of active tuberculosis. Next one question. How is TB diagnosed? How is TB diagnosed? Option A is chest X-ray. Option B, sample of sputum. Option C, skin or blood test. Option D, all of the above. The right answer is D, all of the above. Chest X-ray, sample of sputum, skin or blood test are used for the diagnosis of tuberculosis. Next one test. How is TB treated? Option A is antiviral medicines. Option B, antibiotic medicines. Option C, surgery. And option D, chemotherapy. The right answer is B, antibiotics. By the antibiotics are treated tuberculosis. Next one question. What is causing tuberculosis to become a serious public health problem? Option A, the rise in number of people with HIV infection. Option B, an increasing number of immigrants from areas of the worldwide TB is common. Option D, C, an increasing number of homeless peoples. And option D, peoples who don't pack their TB treatment correctly. And option E, all of the above. The right answer is E, all of the above. And next one question. Who in the US should receive a vaccine for TB? Option A is infants. Option B, teens. Option C, adults under age 65. Option D, adults over age 65. And option E, none of the above. The right answer is E. None of the above is right answer. Next one question. How do you get TB? Option A is through the air. Option B, through sexual contact. And option C, through contaminated food. And option D, through blood. And option E is A and B. The right answer is A. Through the air, you get tuberculosis. And Next one and last one question is, what is a risk of developing tuberculosis in the country? Option A, people taking certain medicines. Option B, migrants from workers. And option C, people with HIV. And option D, all of the above. The right answer is D, all of the above. People taking certain medicines and migrant farm workers and peoples with HIV are the risk of developing tuberculosis. Next one, thank you. Thank you all of you for a wonderful session.